This 26 Sports and CCTV high school football presentation is brought to you by Wolverine Power Cooperative and Great Lakes Energy. Your local electric cooperative is looking out for you. And by Munson Healthcare Cadillac Rehab Services.
We hope you enjoyed that halftime show. Pine River Marching Band here on 26 Sports and CCTV. I'm Dan Gussert. Chad Phillips sitting up here in the booth with me. Big first half by Reed City, showing their strength and why they're heading into the playoffs on a big, strong note. 8-1 team, up 44-7 over the Bucks. We've got about a minute and a half here before we get going in the second half. And Chad, a lot of the Jackson Price show and the Phillip Jones show.
Yeah. Jackson Price had a couple big plays on defense, couple picks, including a pick six. Also threw a few passes in there, but the big news, I guess, the big story was Phillip Jones is as good as advertised. Yeah,
absolutely. He's worth the price of admission. Just joining us, he took the opening kickoff 90 yards, untouched. Scored a couple minutes later on a 65-yard TD run. Had a 40-yard TD run, and just before halftime, a 36-yard TD run. Some big plays. And Bucks' lone score came on a Malachi Holmes. Fourth down and goal to go from about the 1-yard line. Nice run by Malachi. Big play to set that all up was a little bit of a misdirection, flea flicker kind of thing. Hill to Lewis to Andrew Park for well over 50 yards to set that up. But the Bucks find themselves in a big hole, 44-7. Final game of the season for them. 5 seniors on the Pine River team. This will be their last half of football. Adrian Adis, right? Foreign exchange student for the Bucks.
I think it's Andrus. What do you have there?
Andrus, you're right.
I've seen it. Maybe it's Adis. I've seen it two different ways. So
yep. Noah Carper.
I'm guessing myself.
We had on the pregame show. Owen Gray, Jacob Roberts, Andrew Park had a nice first half here. Tyler Signors had a couple of nice kick returns for the Bucks. And they will be getting the ball to start the second half here.
See Coach Crouch there, the defensive coordinator. Pat and Noah Carper on the back there. Having a little talk with a few of the seniors, including Owen Gray, I mentioned earlier, 66. And tell them enjoy this last half. I know the score is not what they want it to be, but it's a real honor to play football. And I was talking to a player today, and I said, I'm proud of any kid who comes out and plays football, makes the whole season, gives their best, because it's a tough sport to play. You battle the elements, you battle injuries. It's a lot on your body, it's a lot on your mind, and I think you're better because of it, regardless of what your varsity record is when you're.
The season itself starts, way back in August, but you got all the off-season things going on, all things to try to get into shape. It's quite a commitment, and those seniors done a nice job representing Pine River schools. So we're under play right there. That ball's going to roll, finally be picked up down around the 25-yard line. 15-yard line. Bucks are going to get it out to about the 18. 11 running clock now. Start the second half. 44-7, Reed City lead. We'll see what the Bucks are going to do to get this out as quarterback Luke Hill and Coach Terry Martin are discussing the play. Luke's running it in right now. Yeah. So if you missed the halftime show, got to watch Pine River Band do their selection of 80s music along with a little bit of I guess you'd call it a little bit of fun as they did a toast representation. A lot of movement in the end of that. Nice job by the Bucks band. So here goes Luke Hill looking over the fields. Bucks go in motion. We've got a quick pitch right here to Lewis. He's looking over his blocking. Picks up a nice block right there by Malachi Holmes. as he pancakes number 15 for Reed City.
Yeah, it was one of the first times that he got a little room to run there.
Elijah picks up probably 16 yards on that. Maybe closer to 20. Good start to the half for the Bucks right here. As you can see, number 58, a good camera shot by a crew right there, McCurry.
I think Reed City did start a couple different guys on their defense. See a couple white jerseys. I don't see Jackson Price out there now. We'll see if they bring him back in at all, but Weirgu might be out.
Yep, run up the middle right there. Good 6-yard, 5-yard gain right there by Malachi. Malachi Holmes did a nice job of strong running in the first half for the Bucks. Our sponsors out there tonight, I want to give a big shout to them. Up North Specialty Meats, Powell's Grocery, Fox Motors of Cadillac, Godfrey Chevrolet Buick, Pizza Plus, the Walkley Agency, and we'll run down the others here in just a moment. It's Malachi again. Little stutter step right there.
Little counter play.
Nice job by number 50, the 4 right there for Reed City. That's shoe in. Just kind of held his block, forced Malachi back into the middle. Where did the defense?
Yeah, I misspoke that Weirgu is still out there. He plays D-end. Got a couple big athletic D-ends in Weirgu and Shuin.
Our other sponsors, Lake City Materials. We have Napa, which has their locations in Lake City, Big Rapids, and right in Cadillac. Cadillac Tire, and our presentation sponsors tonight, Wolverine Power Cooperative, Great Lakes Energy, and Munson Healthcare, Cadillac Rehab Services. Unable to bring that in was Lane Rupert. And that'll bring up a 4th down for the Bucks from near midfield.
That was a nice throw there by Hill. Looked like Rupert just kind of got his hands wrong. That's one of those, it should have been a thumbs down catch. And he tried to kind of jump up and catch it with his pinkies together kind of awkwardly and wasn't able to haul it in.
It's one of those that's in that position. You got to decide, you know, how you want to get your hands for that one.
Yeah, it's better off to kind of bend your knees a little if you had, rather than try to jump up and catch it with your hands flipped. And he's young. He'll learn. Here. He's only a sophomore. Another big punt.
That's number 6 on the return, and he's slammed to the ground by Elijah Lewis. Nick Douglas Jr. on that. Elijah brings him down right away, and Reed City's going to take over at about the 25-yard line early in the second half. Bringing you film out there tonight on camera, we've got Erica Goslin. And we have Morgan Rader and Corey Burson also tonight. Looks like we got a little change out there as Remington Hernandez has maybe jumped down on a camera now for us too.
Yeah, and the Coyotes have changed their quarterback as well.
Looks like that's number 22 taking the snaps in there right now for Reed City, which is Parker Ward. He's a senior. Yeah. In our booth tonight, we had Wyatt Van Dynen and Remington Hernandez. Looks like Remington's jumped out of the truck a little bit. Second down and about 8 for Reed City here. Who's taking the snap for Reed City? That looks like 61 right there, but I don't have a 61 on my thing. I don't know if that's 62, Jared Fuller.
Yeah, no one knows where the ball is there. Where is it?
Right way.
Is it in somebody's shirt? I still don't see it.
64 right there. The only one on the whole field. Number 64 for the Bucks. Josh Shaw had the tackle. He's like, what's everybody looking at? That was a great deceptive play. Well, Josh should have picked it up and started running. Nobody would have known. He might have scored.
Yeah, I think everybody was confused there.
So a loss on the play will bring up 3rd and about 11. I know the officials were looking all over, and I was.
Yep. We're already halfway through the 3rd because we got a running clock here right now. going to go fast unless the Bucks score again and stop it.
Reed City hands off up the middle, and it looks like not much of a gain right there by number 6, Nick Douglas. That'll bring up 4th and about 9 for Reed City.
And Reed City probably hasn't punted a lot this year. They're probably not sure what to do.
That's not a bad problem to have
Right.
for a high school offense. So who's going to take that punt back for the Bucks is Lewis and Parks. Lewis and Park. It looks like that's
Lewis
Jackson Price.
Lewis and Clark.
Lewis and Clark, yeah. And he's going to keep
get a
it.
fake,
No,
yeah,
he's going to
rugby.
do the Australian style kick. Goes right to Lewis, but he backs up, gets out of the way. And that's down by number 6 right there, Nick Douglas. And Pine River will take over from 30, 31 yard line.
Yeah, end up being with the roll, end up netting them, get 40 yards or so.
Looked like he could have even taken off and maybe got the first down on that. I don't know, probably a good decision with a big lead like this just to punt it away. But certainly, next week playoff football, I'd be expecting him to keep that.
Yeah, Pine River huddles up for this initial play call here.
Sasha Huffman in motion for the Bucks. And Malachi Holmes with a nice run again right there. Off of a good block from Ethan Crispin, number 6 also on that. Number 5, Park, Andrew Park.
Yeah, nice little cut back there for, what'd you say, about 4 yards?
Yeah, 4 or 5 yards right there. 2nd down and 5 for the Bucks. They are approaching the 40-yard line.
You see Coach Crouch again at the bottom of our screen. He's still coaching the boys up, just like it's 0-0 beginning of the game. Try to get guys to make some plays on his D.
That's Lewis with a quick sweep right there. He breaks a
Nice run.
couple of tackles, and he brings it right to midfield with a nice gain right there. First down for the Bucks.
Up in the booth here for the Bucks coaching staff, you got Aaron Schaub and Ryan Jackson, a Pine River alum. Actually, kind of an interesting thing that I realized, Dan, when I was doing a little research for this game, that the last game that Coach Martin played in 2000, the Bucks narrowly missed the playoffs on a double pass. Coach Martin was 34-33. The Coyotes won, and that was the last time. And then the year before that was the last time Pine River beat Reed City. Of course, they didn't play for a long time, as we mentioned, after 2003.
Luke Hill throws long right here, and that is broken up nicely by the Coyote defense. Looks like that was Price with that breakup of the pass. Just got an update from Jeff Castillo. He's with the 26 Sports and CCTV crew in Mesick and Sutton's Bay at Mesick, and Sutton's Bay right now on top of that game with a score of 28-12. And that is in 8-man football. 2nd down and 10. Luke Hill's going to keep this one. He's got a big hole. Makes a nice run before he's brought down by number 6 right there. He's going to get the first down. Douglas again with that tackle. We've called his name a lot here to start the second half. Bucks with a nice little drive going here, Coach.
Yep. Nice of them to develop a little momentum, maybe get another score or 2 on the board here. Finish on a little bit of a positive note. Of course, Reed City, they're probably starting to think about next week a little bit already.
Short run by the Bucks right there. He's going to bring up 2nd and 8. We want to let everybody know as we approach the winter sports season that if you are interested in sponsoring any of the winter sports that we will bring you on 26 Sports and CCTV, you can give a shout to the sales team at 231-577-1037. 1844, or you can email the sales department at sales@mynews26.com to help us out with that. We'd appreciate it. Luke Hill on that keeper. He's going to get about 3-4 yards. That's going to bring up about third and just a little bit for the Bucks, maybe 4 yards, as we are almost out of time here in the third quarter. 30 seconds to play on a fast-moving running clock, third quarter, with Reed City in control 44-7 at this point.
Yeah, Hills seem to play, kind of getting better here as the season goes on. He needs to put on some strength and a little more weight in the offseason. His experience should help him next year if he can do that.
Malachi's with a nice run. Malachi Holmes done a nice job of hard running, and he picks up probably 10 yards right there. And that'll take us to the end of the third quarter here. Reed City leading 44-7. We'll be right back here with fourth quarter action on 26 Sports and CCTV's broadcast of high school football.